I don't think that is necessarily the step that we needed to take after the NC State loss. We don't really have a lot of time in our schedule to fix it. We have a 1-day turnaround before our next game, and then we have a little bit of break, and then hopefully we can clean some things up and start looking like who we have been for the majority of our preseason.
Let's go with questions for players first. So, of course, hand up for
Z, 24 points tonight. Looked like you really started trying to attack the rim more as the game went on. Just how do you feel about offensively tonight, and also your guys' shot selection as a whole?
I feel like we could have took better shots, but tonight the shots were falling. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if one shot's not falling, go to the next, and that's when I decided to start driving. Honestly.
Maria.
Z, you looked a little more comfortable tonight than you did, say, in the exhibition or the game at NC State, sort of getting in more of the flow of the offense. Was it nice to see some shots go down for you?
Yeah, I think that's what will really get me going. I just need to see the shot go in, honestly, and then I just go on from there.
Other questions for the players? Jack?
Mia, you have another game on Sunday. Just how do you get ready with that such a quick turnaround, especially given you'll be seeing it in the SEC and then NCAA tournament?
Yeah, just staying together, working on the little things we need to work on. Actually, not the big things we need to work on, because that's going to determine whether we win or lose, especially because we're away. And that's going to be our second away game. So we just got to pick on those big things, and I feel like we'll be able to do that as long as we stick together, have the energy come in tomorrow and film with a positive attitude. I think that will help.
Go next, Cora.
Z, you got to the line a lot tonight. So did Chennai got to the free throw line as well. Just how big of an emphasis was that for you guys, and how pleased were you with that effort?
We practice our free throws like every day. So getting to the line is part of our offense. So when we get to the line, it's very like good to make our free throws, and so I feel like we did very good at the line today.
Go back to Paige and then Elijah.
Zeta got the start tonight. What does she do during practice? What does she bring to the game that maybe contributes to that start, or just the spark that she gives the team?
Can you say that one more time?
Jada Sybil got the start.
Oh, Jada's a dog. You know what I'm saying? I love Jada. Like every day in practice, she's giving her all effort. Like she's always gonna go in and just work very hard. So I feel like her starting today was just like very impact on her, and it gave her a lot of confidence, and she just showed up.
Go next to Elijah from the back.
For both players, I know that you said that you want to work on better shot selection, but when you see one teammate hitting a three, and you see another teammate hitting a three, how contagious is it to get your shots off, especially from behind the arc?
I mean, I would definitely say when you see players on the court hitting shots, it's not more of I'm a shoot. It's hit that player right again so they can shoot. They're on fire. You got to hit them. That's just as a point guard mentality. You got to find your players that's hitting and on fire. So that's just the first thought process I would think of. And then, yeah, it would definitely install confidence in me to, make the right play, especially if someone's on fire. That person would definitely slide and try to take away that, and it would make an open shot for myself. So, honestly, we was, let me see. I felt like we shot well from the three. Could have shot better, but I feel like we cleaned it up the second half.
Go to Paige.
Mia, your sister Maya, late in the game, hit that back here, the
Yeah.
three. Just what emotion did that give you when you saw your sister hit the three?
Yeah, I was hyped. Just for her to see the shot go in. I feel like that gave her a lot of confidence, and just for this whole season, because she hasn't. I think that was her first points ever college basketball. So I was really proud of her, and it's gonna keep falling for her though. I know it's gonna keep going.
Go to Cora.
This is for either you guys or both. You guys ended up out rebounding them, but they were winning the battle on the boards for a lot of the game. 12 offensive rebounds for them. Just where do you feel like you guys need to take the next step in that area?
It's a real simple answer. We just need to box out. Honestly, like we didn't really box out today, and that's something that we struggle with a lot sometimes. So I just feel like we need to just fix that, and we'll be good.
Simple answer. He said it.
All right, we'll let the players go at this point.
Thank you.
Questions, Coach, please start with Ryan.
The 38 attempted threes, is that a number that you're okay with this team taking this year?
If they're good threes.
You feel like it works for you?
No.
Cora.
Felt like the press people were in better positions, maybe felt a little more comfortable in it. Where did you kind of see them take a step, and where are some areas you feel like you need to clean up a bit?
Yeah, I think we did a better job of cutting off the sideline. I think our back did a better job of rotating up. I think we did a better job closing our traps. Part of that is speed of the game was a little bit easier for us to get our timing. Not so much of a nerve-wracking stage, I think, where people had confidence to go up and we didn't play scared. I think that was, we'll have some good film clips to show and teach off of this from that.
Next to Paige and then Elijah.
When Z was talking about the lack of maybe offensive rebounding, she said it was a simple answer of not boxing out. What's preventing it from being a simple adjustment?
Them. They're going to have to box out consistently. They're going to have to realize they can't out-jump every opponent when we get into SEC play. When we play taller teams on our schedule, we're going to get killed. We're going to get killed on the glass. And it's a hard adjustment to make in game. And we talk about it every single day. We stat it every single day. We show it on film every single day. We put a bubble on the rim so that people can't make baskets. So we have to box out and we have to rebound, and they just have to make up their mind that it's important enough.
Coach, you preached defense preseason, and today 26 turnovers, and you was able to score 32 points off of those turnovers. Just how pleased was you to see that you guys turned the page from that North Carolina State game and get there?
Yeah, I was not happy with our overall offense, but I think our best offense was from our defense. And I think that is probably what this team is going to be, is our defense is going to spark our offense. And when we go into slumps and we're having a hard time scoring, we're going to have to just tell someone to go get a steal, make something happen so we can get a layup.
Go next to Cora and then Jack.
Janiyah and Z getting, to the foul line, just how happy were you with that consistency throughout the game of them trying to get free throws? I know maybe a few too many three-point attempts between the two of them, but just what do you like about what they did with that?
Yeah, I think it was good. I wish we had a few more people that would put their head down and get to the rim. It's some things that we looked at after NC State of why are we not trying to do this? And I thought those two really did a good job of putting pressure on the rim, going to the rim, not fading away once they got there. And again, we just have to be consistent doing it against bigger opponents.
Next to Jack and then Theo.
You got into the penalty earlier with fouls in the second and fourth quarter. Just what needs to happen to sort of clean up the fouls 23 tonight?
Yeah, we need to stop touching the other team. I mean, we don't make adjustments. We grab them, we foul them, we hit them on the arm. And we always think that we didn't touch them, and we are fouling. And it's another point of emphasis. It's something we've talked about. It was something that we specifically said before the game. We don't want to put them in bonus at all. Not one time today. We don't want the game to last 4 hours, and then they were in bonus for 3 quarters. And they know it. They talk about it, and then they go out on the floor and they foul.
Next to Theo and then Paige and then Maria.
Z was a lot more noticeable on the stat sheet tonight. What do you think attributed to that? compared to last
Her and I met after the NC State game. We watched some film of kind of what she was doing last year that was successful and what she has been doing that was not successful, and just kind of reminded her who she is. I think she can be one of the best bigs in the country at what she does, and I just reminded her of that. And we watched the film, and she was exceptional the next day in practice of doing that and leading and putting people in the right spots and coming off of a ball screen. And so she did a really good job of just seeing that and then making the immediate switch.
For Jada Civil, I don't know if it was maybe something that she showed against NC State, but was there a specific moment where you felt confident putting her in the starting lineup?
Yeah, I think she earned that right with her stat line versus NC State.
Go next to Maria and Cora and Ryan.
Coach, you've mentioned kind of the disconnect from film or practice to what you're seeing on the floor. Are there just multiple reasons for that? Is it youth? Is it meshing together? Is it having 8 newcomers? Or are you quite sure yet what it is?
I did not like our response after the NC State game. I did not like our practice after the NC State game, so I'm not one bit surprised that I don't like this game. And it's probably growing pains. It's probably a little bit of selfishness. It's probably a little bit of we didn't come in and trying to fix what we needed to fix versus NC State. And we have to grow up and we have to make it about winning, and we have to be obsessed with not fouling. We have to be obsessed with boxing out. We have to be obsessed with sharing the basketball. And we have a very good team on paper, but if they want to continue to just take days off and not move with a sense of urgency, it's going to be a very long and frustrating year. And today, personally, for me, was frustrating.
It felt like at times the offense is just a little too stagnant, with maybe too many people just standing, waiting for something to happen. I thought Janiyah had some really good moments with her off-ball movement. Just how much will that make things open up and just work better once people start getting more off-ball movement going?
Yeah, I think right now we're having a little bit of a hard time. Everyone wants to be a driver. Everyone wants to be the person that bounces it. We have a lot of catch bounce, and we don't necessarily have people that are willing to be connectors and pass it and then cut and then get it back. So we've talked about that. We've talked about those roles. We've talked about putting people in as just designated screeners. Again, yesterday's practice was horrendous, and we didn't really get a whole lot of time to get to that part of it. And we'll need to find time in our schedule to really hammer that home. But we had time in the preseason where our offense looked great, and now we get under the lights and it doesn't look the way it needs to look. And I think that it just needs to be player led, and they need to get back to what we have spent time practicing. We will spend the majority of our time tomorrow working on moving without the basketball. We're going to see a lot of different presses in our next game, and we got to be ready, or it's not going to be fun.
How do you assess what Jersey has done through 2 games, and what's kind of the next step for her to get more involved?
Yeah, I think she was foul prone tonight. I think she needs to get more rebounds. She's one that knows her role pretty well. I'd like to get her into ball screens quicker on the floor. And again, she's a very good cutter. Her and JB have played well together. And I think now that we're off the practice floor and into games, she's not cutting the way she has been in practice. So just kind of getting her back to those things.
Close out with 3 final questions. We'll go Maria, Jack, and then Paige.
Coach, it is a short turnaround. This is, Pat Summitt's alma mater. Apparently, they sold the game out in like 5 minutes. It should be a great atmosphere. We'll be orange there, but of course, Skyhawks fans. Just what is the significance of this game? I know it's a third game in 3, a third game in 1 week for y'all, but what's the significance of playing this game?
Yeah, I think it's important. I think Pat has done so much for the state and for us, and to get back there and to create a buzz for the state, to create a buzz for what she has done for the Pat Summitt Foundation, for anything that has her name on it. I think that this is a good opportunity to do that.
Just with that game coming on such a short turnaround, what does tomorrow look like, and how much do you think you can implement to get your team ready for Sunday?
We're going to watch film. We're going to watch film on us. We'll practice, and then we'll watch film on our opponent. We'll spend a lot of time working on our offense again, and then we'll do everything scout related that we normally do. But it can't be a lot.
Kim, what players will you look to this week to help prevent a horrendous practice?
The players I have been leaning on have been Coop, Janiyah, and Naya, but we're at a point where anyone can step up. We all need to step up. We need to start taking steps forward.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.